All right, Sunday, November 9th, and I guess this is our first official snowfall. It's not much, though we're supposed to get more during the day. Pretty cold too, about -2 degrees Celsius. And we're gonna head to the garage and see what kind of trouble we can get into out there. It's an empty garage, so that's a good thing. Let's get it set up for winter work. All right, guys, welcome back to the empty garage. Well, the empty bay. We have the 59 TR3A project that we want to get back working on. But before we do that, we want to do a few things. We want to reorganize the garage and get it set up for winter work. And a couple of things I want to do right off the bat or to install. I bought a new cord reel, so an electrical cord reel to make things easier to work out here in the garage. And we want to finally mount, I've got an air hose reel over here on the ground that we've had sitting there for the past year. I want to mount that hose reel somewhere as well. And I'm thinking the best spot for that is under this workshop table here I have on this side of the garage. And I think I can put the cord reel on one side and the hose reel on the other and still leave enough room for my bench to slide in the middle. So I think that's what the plan is. So we're going to relocate a few pieces of equipment in order to do that. We'll move the press, we'll move the bench out of the way, move the toolboxes, etc. And we'll probably get that project done first. We're also going to do a bit of a cleanup and reorg and, move some stuff around that doesn't need to be out here. These are spare doors for the Vitesse, and I cannot tell you how heavy these things are. It's unbelievable how heavy these doors on the Vitesse are. So we've got to find new homes for things like that that don't belong out here or don't need to be out here. Air box kind of laying over here on the ground, some other spare parts. So we'll sort of clean the area up to make it a little bit more friendly for work going forward. So let's get busy. All right, we're making progress out here. We've got the cord reel mounted, and that's going to be perfect. 60-footer swivel, and basically out, locks, and back. There you go. So now to mount the hose reel, wherever that is here, that's going to take a little bit more effort. I'm going to have to go and get some lag bolts for this. It takes some pretty big fasteners, so I have to go to the hardware store for those, and we'll come back and get that mounted. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the tabletop off and just move that in there just to make sure we're on the right track. We should be okay, but based on my measurements, but always good to check. If I have to move it, better to move it now. Okay, the reel for the air hose is now installed, and we have the fittings all hooked up. So let's see if the old work table will fit back in there. Hopefully it does, and we're good to go there. We can move on to another project. All right, it's the next day, and it's definitely a lot more wintry looking out here. It's pretty much been snowing since yesterday, and got a fair amount of accumulation now. So yeah, I guess we're into winter. Anyway, let's go see how we made out as far as the garage reorganization for the winter is concerned. All right, here we are inside the freshly cleaned and organized garage. And we'll just do a little quick walk around. Got some table space back. Got some equipment set up over here. Got the welders out, the compressor all sorted out, ready to go. Of course, our new locations for our hose reels under there. They're looking good, quite functional. Still have a few bits and pieces out here that shouldn't be out here. Valve cover for the Vitesse. And some other parts over here that are sort of kicking around. The 70 overdrive for my TR6PI. And the Vitesse door has never made it out of here, but that's the best I can do under the circumstances. I'm running out of space to store stuff. But anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is my project for the winter. This is a 1959 Triumph TR3A that we've done some work on previously. So we've worked on it, put it aside, worked on it, put it aside, and now we're wanting to get this done. So we're going to concentrate our efforts on doing some work on this over the winter whenever we get a chance to work on it, and hopefully into the spring we'll make some progress on the car before we get the cars out for the summer driving season. Hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more work on this to get it a little bit further ahead. So we'll see how we do this wintertime. It is a good space to work on it now, lots of room to work on it. And our new garage doors are quite nice, actually. It's a lot less drafty in here. They're insulated garage doors, and now they have the insulated strips around the outside. So we have a lot less drafts in here, which is quite nice. So it's going to be nice and cozy to work in here over the wintertime. All right, so there's the 59 TR3A project that we'll be getting back to shortly. Fortunately, I've got to hit the road again for another few business trips, but it'll probably be a few weeks before I get back to this kind of on a more regular basis, probably like mid-December-ish. I do have some holidays hitting then, so hopefully we'll be able to spend a couple of weeks out here in the garage and make some good progress on this. So that's it for now, guys. We'll see you back here whenever we can, and we'll give you an update. I do have one video kind of in the can or in process that I started probably about 7 or 8 months ago on repairing the B-posts here and the sill on the passenger side. And we started doing some work on the driver's side. And we ended up replacing a panel back here. We're in the process of replacing a panel, this little quarter panel at the back. That's when I started looking at it, and here's what the old panel looked like. You can see all these hammer marks here on the outside. Wasn't really happy with this visually. And then I started looking at the inside once we removed it, and I'm certainly glad that we did take this off. So I'm not sure where all the hammer marks came from, but obviously this has seen some action in the past, and it's quite rusty. So I'm glad to replace this panel, but with all aftermarket panels, it seems these days, nothing is an exact fit. So lots of tweaking to be done on this panel, lots of welding, and lots of fitting. We're getting there, but it's taking quite a bit of effort to do that. So we'll pick it up there on this repair. We'll probably finish welding in this rear panel. We'll post a video for you to see where we're at on this project, and then we'll move forward. All right, that's it for now, guys. We'll see you back out here on this project soon, hopefully.